Welcome to the Content Factory, where ideas find their voice. Whether you're an individual with a story to tell or a corporate brand ready to connect with your audience, the Content Factory is your home for professional audio and video podcast productions. We've built tailor-made sets designed to match your style, your brand, and your vision. From crystal clear audio and high quality visuals to editing and post-production, we deliver podcasts that don't just sound good, they stand out. So, if you've been waiting for the perfect space to launch your podcast, the wait is over. The Content Factory is officially open for business. Your podcast journey starts here. The Content Factory is located in Olympia Park, Lusaka. Call 0955 899 899.
هل وصلت بالفعل؟ أنا على وشك النزول من الطائرة. هل نسيت الخطة مرة أخرى؟ دعني أكررها لك مرة أخرى.
Yes, that's right.
أولا سنقوم بتسجيل الدخول إلى الفندق. لا تنسى طلب وجبة الإفطار للغد بالمكتب الاستقبال. في اليوم الثاني سنذهب لتذوق المأكولات المحلية والقيام ببعض التسوق.
Dun 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 dun.
Yep. Welcome back. We are back like Musana. Another week, another episode. Oh, if consistency was a podcast, man, we are back like not your father. You remember like
I'm also back, by the way.
yes, you are.
Yes.
It's like your third time here. Was the second?
Yeah, this is becoming my home. I've been telling you to give me a permanent chair on the show, but
Well, you have one. You've just been busy because we've been seeing you all over. We've been seeing you on Power TV, on Icon.
yeah, it's just been quite eventful, really and truly.
Wait, what else are you doing?
Right now just those two because I want to also events. So like usually weekends are event days, and then Power TV Tuesday and Thursday, and then Icon Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday sometimes. So yeah.
And you're dating now, I think.
Sorry, what?
Huh?
What did you say?
Nothing. I said you're dating now.
I am.
Because I've seen you post a female on your Instagram.
Yeah, I am now. I'm comfortably in a relationship.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
With
much.
a question mark.
Yeah. Just say congratulations, also.
All right, my
Yes.
dad's cool. So yeah, that's a very familiar face that you guys have seen. Not really new to you. A big shout out to brothers again for the last year and some change. They've been consistent. They've helped us pay bills. Gob by now would literally own my house and my car and my child if it was not for brothers, because all the money that we make,
It could go to go.
it goes
They're
to
making a lot of money. Don't pack off $500.
He never
Only.
speaks light. God must be darker than this. So yeah, big shout out to brothers. Thank you very much. And we have got a very special guest on this episode.
Yes, lead.
We put a white person.
This one is close to home for you.
It is.
Yeah.
And so Kalenga couldn't make it, and I had an option to do it alone, but I felt like it was going to be weird if I did it alone because there is just too much history that I have with this person to a point where you leave so many things on the table.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I think this is, Gob, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the third white person we've had, right? I think. We've had the CEO for Antara Hotels, the guys that own Avani and the Royal. We've had the guy that owns Yellow Card. Did you shoot the Yellow Card episode?
Omoyo.
There was who?
Omoyo.
Umoyo.
Yeah,
Oh, right. We've been very consistent with See, we don't discriminate.
Yeah, it's showing.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this very small, humble podcast, I would like to introduce to you a man that made. Let me just give you a brief background. Sometime last year, I made an Instagram story, and I wrote 4 names of people that single-handedly changed the course of my life.
Okay,
And if you look back at your life, you are able to actually see the people that gave you a big break.
that is true.
And you know, the thing with life is you only connect the dots backwards. When you're in the position and things are happening, you never know where the dots will connect. But like 10 years later, when you look back, you'll be like, oh, so that's why I met this person. And that's why I then met this person. So right after high school, I met a gentleman called Sidney Mundeta. I was supposed to play cricket. And he tells me about this university based in, iTversity, based in South Africa. And he tells me basically what's involved in it. I took a brochure. I sat down with my dad. We took a look at it. It was a little pricey for those days, but my dad said, hey, listen, do you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, I've always loved technology. He said, go for it. And got a ticket, flew to Pretoria, and I met this man. Back then, when I got to the Belgium campus, it felt like I was back in Zimbabwe.
Okay, why is it?
Though the varsity is in South Africa, there were more Zimbabweans than South Africans in South Africa.
Okay.
I did my course, ran for 3 years, and right after I was done, I got a ticket. I flew to Belgium, very small, nice white town called called Hasselt. And I worked for a company called Anaxis. And the things that I learned there, my guy. When I came to Zambia, and half the things that I wanted to do, and I know I'm rambling. I'll introduce Jan in a second. Half the things that I learned there, when I was leaving, the CEO, his name is Mark. He said, listen, whatever we've been doing now will catch on 10 years later. And I remember I wanted to start a company which would deliver blood samples via drones.
Okay.
And ARVs from one place to like really remote areas. So I looked into how much I would buy a drone for, and I had this whole business proposal. I had people that wanted to fund the business, and I went to the civil aviation to get a license. And because they did not have particular licenses for drones, they said you have to get the same license as an aircraft. This was being done everywhere else in Europe. But when I came here with the idea, they're like, you're not doing what? How's it going to work? So is there someone, there's someone in there flying? I'm like, no, it's like, we don't do that here.
Well, technically, you do need a license even for a drone, but I don't.
No, you do, but not an aircraft license. Not an aircraft license. But anyway, because a very long introduction, so I would like to introduce to you guys somebody that has made the world of a difference in my life, Mr. Jan. I still butcher your last name to this day. Rombouts.
It's so easy. Rombouts.
That's what I said, Rombouts.
No.
I said it right?
No. Anyway, thanks for the
Such
invitation.
A very Dutch.
It's not Dutch. It's Flemish.
Flemish.
Yeah.
Oh, same difference.
No, don't start.
Don't
Don't start. Don't start.
It's not yours.
He's-
What are you
No.
doing?
Right. It's
Such a
mine too. Oh, t-shirt. So, welcome to our small little podcast.
No, like I said, thanks for the invitation, and it's wonderful to be again in Zambia. It's,
Yeah.
I always like to come here. So.
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, favorite thing about Zambia?
Sorry, what?
Off the top of your head, favorite thing about Zambia?
Favorite thing?
Yeah.
Oh, now look, as a human, you compare always. So look, I'm Belgian. I went in '97 to South Africa, whereafter I started Belgium Campus there. And of course, you try to compare within Africa. So if you compare South Africa with Zambia, the pleasure is that you can walk over the street without looking continuously backwards.
100%.
So also, something that I found very pleasant, you're allowed to be white here. It means Now,
Allowed to be.
it means people are friendly. They don't look at you as who the fuck are you. No, look, it's still Africa, but it's a different place, a different country. It's relaxing. If you're in town by us in South Africa, like I said, you look continuously backwards
Right.
to see if not something goes wrong with you. So no,
Amazing, amazing. So obviously, Elson is a proud product of your campus, and I'm sure it's a proud moment for you to see what he has accomplished so far. And you're here next to him. Even you, how does it feel to be? Obviously, like when you just met, it was more of a, student dean relationship or student founder.
He
relationship.
wasn't the dean then, because we had Enrico. Enrico was the dean.
yeah, correct.
So he was heavily involved. Should I take this or do you want to take it?
No, look, I can answer. You can answer it. Look, I was the founder of Belgium Campus, starting in '99. I came to South Africa and actually was retired, but I was only 39.
You retired at 39?
Yes, on that moment, yes.
Fishman is good.
What were you doing before?
In Belgium, we had the biggest wholesale and retailing computers, and that was, as you can call, on the right time, the right place, the right moment. Which also has a consequence that I was never at home anymore. So at a certain moment, my beloved wife told me, my dear husband, if you're not going to stop with it, then I stop with it because I'm sick and tired of sitting on my own. Now, in the fact I was most of the time not even in Europe, that I said, you know what, good idea, let's sell everything, the business, the house, whatever, but let's go to a place where the weather is better than in Belgium. So then we went to look two places. First place was Chile in Latin America. Specific place, Iquique. It's always 21 degrees there day and night. Very nice. Another place was the Magaliesberg outside Pretoria, on the north of Pretoria, which have a microclimate. Now, finally, we choose for South Africa for the single reason that financially it was much more attractive. Chile is quite Western in price, which South Africa wasn't. Besides that, also the language. I have 7 children and still small children at the moment. So Flemish and Afrikaans is quite similar. So it was much easier for the children to adapt. So that's the reason how I ended up in South Africa.
Beautiful.
And correct me if I'm wrong. And this is why really you would be a good addition. But you started the campus from your house, or you?
Yes. No. Look, you must think again in European norms, where people living in boxes near each other, in row houses, as you've seen also in Hasselt in Belgium. Yeah. And now we bought our own mountain. Can you imagine as a Belgian, you have your own mountain and there's a house in it, that's all. So it all came very rare because I had no intention to start anything. Besides, of course, I was too young to do nothing. On a certain moment, by walking outside on the street, I met a professor from a Dutch university, from University of Tilburg. His name is Arthur Giesbert. And you know what I was doing before, because also for 1.5 years I was technical director for IBM in Europe. So he asked me if I could make a study of the quality of dedication at the Technicons. Technicons is the technical universities in South Africa. And I said, oh, why not? At least I have something to do, and my wife cannot complain. I'm at home every day again. So I attended classes, spoke to management, this, that, and finally made a report, sent it in. A few weeks later, they came back to me. They say, Jan, thanks for the report, but you made some recommendations. Does it mean you want to help us? And then we started to train the professors and the lecturers from the university, and that became too much. And then I asked my son-in-law, Enrico, to come and help me. We did around 300 of them that we give class to. And it came on the ears of the Belgian ambassador in Pretoria. So he came to me and said, Jan, I know you're doing things for the Dutch government. Can we not create something from Belgium? And that's where the idea from Belgium Campus started. Yes, simple as that.
Amazing. How big was this property?
On that moment, 7.4 hectares. But there was only one house in it, and then we started building classes, hostels.
Now ask how big it is now.
I saw some videos of your status of like how modern it is and how it's looking now. So with that inclusive, how big is it now?
Now we're sitting on 24 hectares and it's still expanding. It's an ongoing. Like I said, every year we're adding around 50, 60 hostels, also newer classrooms, which is very high tech. It means that's also the reason in South Africa, Belgium Campus is an iTversity. There's a reason behind. First of all, private education in South Africa doesn't have the right to call themselves a university. It's purely reserved for public education, which is, for example, totally different in Zambia, because in Zambia we have also started a few years ago Open Window University, which have the same rights and duties like any public university, which I think should be normal. Now, in South Africa, not is purely reserved the word university for public universities. So that's the reason why we called Belgium Campus iTversity.
Oh, okay.
Also, it makes sense because we are very, very high specialized in it.
Let me take you back a little bit, like in terms of, 'cause you said you moved to South Africa with your family, and obviously decided to turn your home into a campus. How did the family take it? Were they living on campus with you, or did you have to move into full property?
We started, I said, in '99 with 8 students, and we lived on campus till November 2013, and then they also grabbed my house. So for other ideas, I think offices it was on that moment. So now I lived on campus up till 2013. So certainly in the time when this young man was there, we were still living on the campus. Yes.
And we used your pool without your knowledge.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know if you know this.
And other naughty things I also know.
Oh, did you know that back then, or do you know that now?
That's continuous. That didn't change yet.
Yeah,
So this Lego, how were you accessing his pool?
there was a small gate between his house and the campus. I mean, hey, you got a hot, right? And you had to entertain yourself somehow. So we'll sneak in his house and just...
Now, to give you an answer on that, on the moment on the campus there are 6 big pools, but that pool is not there anymore.
Oh, is it not there?
That pool is not there anymore. No. But there are 6 different swimming pools on the campus on the moment.
Yeah.
Between all the hostels. So
one of the things as well, just going back to the campus, because I'll rely on the sensible questions, is the sense of freedom that you'd have is you would literally you'd rent a room which was like an in-suite, right?
Okay.
And I remember back then, and it's totally changed now. The room that I was in, I lived with a friend of mine called Patson, massive room, and now I went back to the same spot, and only one person is now using the same room, and how much the campus has changed was just incredible. I mean, I know I sound like a commercial right now, but you've seen this on my Instagram.
Because I was looking at your Instagram and I saw just like the campus itself, the rooms, the students just doing the thing, and looked really interesting.
Yeah,
considering like I generally love computers as well, so it was really wonderful to see, really and truly.
You then ended up moving from Pretoria to the coast.
yes.
Right. Was your involvement still with the campus still as hands-on as it was, or did you then begin to slowly?
Let's give some clearance on that. Also, look, when we start with 8 students. Now, currently, we're doing 2,000 students a year. So, of course, on a certain moment, we had the opportunity to become part of a group, which gives us more financial possibilities, also in growth, installations, learning factories, name it. So, the daily management, I'm not involved. I'm still the chairman of the campus, yes. So, we're still looking from the side, absolutely. And we're still bringing in ideas like was used to do. But in the meantime, look, we're sitting in Pretoria where we started. We're also sitting close to Joburg, close to the airport in Kempton Park. We're also sitting in Stellenbosch.
A very fancy, rich, plush area.
I always think that the students that go to Stellenbosch, are they going there for study or for party? I don't know, but anyway,
have you been
it's very popular.
Have you heard of Stellenbosch?
I have. But I've never been.
It's a student town, simple like that. It's a student town. It's dominated by students, simple like that. Yeah, no, I can understand, but also the things have changed. There are hybrid methods now, online methods. We go quite far in that. So now, if you see in let's say the general 25 years, that Belgium Campus there, things have changed enormously. Also technology. It means the technology in the moment that we have on the campus, you're not going to find it in any IT campus in Africa. It means it's quite dominated. That was also the reason on a certain moment when Open Window opened here in Lusaka, that Belgium Campus took care of the infrastructure for the IT courses that they're presenting here. So look, you have hybrid methods, you have online you can do, but experiencing, how to say it, the whole atmosphere on campus, I think for a student is fantastic. It means normally if you go to university, what you see is concrete, steel and glass. The whole environment is more, call it in a village situation, where people, they have to perform, yes, but also there is more time enough to relax and to enjoy. Yeah. And I think the combination of that is a very pretty experience for a student these days. Absolutely.
No, it is.
Now, considering the fact that the Belgian campus is already established, like in the beginning, what was the pivotal move or like said decision that you made that might have shaped the future of the campus? Could have been a bold risk, could have been a bold decision. What's that one pivotal moment? It was like when you made that decision, it shaped the direction of the campus.
Shift the direction? What do you mean by shift the direction?
Obviously you had the vision.
Yes.
And you said it to the family, oh, okay, we're changing our house into this.
No.
The risks in the beginning.
The house was not changed. We built it extra.
Oh, just built on the
Yes,
property.
on the property we built it. Like I said, it was 7 hectares. We didn't change the house. Look, we lived in that house for quite some years. So it's not it came automatically. Look, maybe I don't know, but we are associated with university in Leuven in Belgium, which is one of the oldest universities in Europe. And from the start, we wanted to implement the same standards, which is quite different from what you will find in South Africa. Let's put it this way. That's also the reason that the industry became very keen to have our students, because they were different from what they had from the other universities. So still on the moment, the request from the industry is more than we can deliver students every year. So that we can deliver graduates. Even worse, that people who don't graduate still get top jobs. Just that's the way it is. And on a certain moment, what Elson was saying, on a certain moment we even had more Zimbabwean students than we had South African students. But that is already quite a while ago, let's put it this way. Also with the fact that Zimbabwe on a certain moment was battling with Forex and to pay, so that had a turnaround. But I still think it's fantastic. If you want to go in IT and you live in Africa, it's the place to be. Simple.
Again, I'm about to sound like a commercial. Part of the things that you quickly learn, and I had this conversation with Kalinga, where did you go to uni?
Sorry.
Did you go to uni first?
No.
Okay. Dumbass.
And it worked still. It worked.
Nah, it's okay. Part of the things that school and universities sort of teach you is how to be a good employee.
Yes.
The one thing that I learned was how to be innovative. Gob, I'll give you a few videos to play as I'm talking now, so these can run over my voice. But number one, with students that have built a plane.
Okay.
The thing can fly up to 500 kilometers.
This was built by the campus.
Yes. It's a lot of technology which you will not find on any plane in the moment, mainly for safety reasons, an experimental plane. And indeed, it's all done and created by students, by us. Of course, mainly the software and electronics. But these are really real-time, fascinating projects. Like I said, they were done together with Penn State University and Lockheed Martin.
And Boeing.
And Boeing, indeed. So, also, for example, part of the Mars rover is also developed here. So that
the
was
Mars
the
rover?
Boeing, yes.
That's the one that went to Mars, right?
Yes. So it's quite exciting.
Yeah.
In the hangar, we allow students to make their own projects and everything. Right now, this is a project that a student is doing, like one of the exchange students that came this side. So basically what it's supposed to do is basically on pesticides in the areas like water hyacinths.
Yeah,
They become very invasive. So he's coming up with a plan to actually drop like pesticides on those plants to actually like limit the growth of them so that they can become
using a
less
drone?
invasive. Yes, so that they can become less invasive. So about that. And then yeah, there's a lot of projects that they're doing. They allowed to use the 3D printers as well. You know, there's like literally, this is for them to be creative. You know, be imaginative.
From one of another shopping center, the dogs are inside or the kids are inside. It heats up and sometimes it ends up fatal. So now automatically the windows will open, automatically emergency service will be called. So to prevent this kind of things, all kind of software which was developed here
Wait,
by
so
the campus.
students would work on developing the
Yes,
software?
of course.
Here?
Also, real-time projects here on the campus, of course. That's also the reason why BMW is donating these things to us. The brand new cars, they drive there completely, but they don't have VIN number. So after all development is done, they go back to BMW, they get completely destroyed. So
Wow.
anyway,
Wow.
cut, open.
On campus. There's students that have developed and built drones, so they want to get into agriculture, right? But then there's technology in agriculture. So how basically do you embed technology in agriculture? So we've got students that have built drones that help in agriculture. If you want to get into medicine, the technology that you're able to use in medicine. So there's quite a lot that I learned and that they are now currently doing now that wasn't there back then when I was there, that sort of teaches you to think light years ahead, rather than, you are in, I was about to say Zambia, but yeah, you're basically using tools that everybody else uses. The campus is teaching you to create those, so you don't have to literally rely on, okay, so I'm looking
So it's
for
very hands-on.
100%.
Yeah, no, we call it the learning factory now.
Okay.
For example, students built a complete airplane with all technology from A to Z, was supported by Lockheed Martin and Boeing, together with Penn State University in the United States. But for example, close by us is one of the most modern factories of BMW, 13 km from us. So every year they give us a car, brand new X3, 1 or 2, whatever, to do further development on the software and to come with innovative things. And what we learned as management during all these years is never underestimate the creativity from an 18-year-old student. A lot of times they came with ideas that we said, why didn't we thought ourselves about it? Because this is a money-making thing, but we didn't. They did. Also because they have been growing up in a different way than we're growing up. Look, the youth from today is growing up with a cell phone. They get born with it. The baby pops out and the cell phone comes after it. It means it's a different. And like I said, the creative ideas from youngsters these days, never underestimated. There are a lot of developments done by us that made the bar, you can say that way, done by students. Of course, sometimes helped by lectures and everything like that, and we support all these kind of things. But if it's now in medical, or in automotive, or aviation, name it, banking world, it's crazy.
The Mars rover.
Yeah, for example, the Mars rover, part of that is software is developed by us on the campus. Was also done together with Penn State University. So.
This is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Now you must also see
Up with this, like the entire design. Obviously, like when I was in college, I didn't go to university, but I went to like a really
Basic.
substandard college. And when I was there, one thing I realized is when I left college and went to work for Air Bank, I realized the stuff we learned in school and the things that go on the job are quite different. So you start learning on the job as well. Is that the model you adapted for students so that they can start?
Not only that, what we saw during years, on the moment that you can hook a student to a project, you will see his marks will go up. Because then all the theoretical what he is learning becomes relevant for him or for her. So, and that's also the reason why we stimulate all these projects. And when I say projects, a project this year is not a project for next year. It's not repeating. It means every year. And we're asking also the industry and helping in that to come with new ideas, new things where they don't have time themselves to develop it, and giving in the hands of the students. And like I say, sometimes the creativity they come up with, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I also heard that you do send out some of your students after they graduate. Is that true?
Every student, for example, our 4-year degree is 3 years academic. It's quite heavy. Ask him, he will tell you, I think, he had blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. But in the last year, this year practical, we give an opportunity to place you if you don't find the thing yourself, but we guarantee you a placement. But in that year, you still have to write a thesis. Now, in case of Elson and many other students, they want to opt to go to Belgium. You get, I think, on this moment, 1,100 euro a month that we subsidize you to go there.
Do you even remember how much it was? Incredible.
Yeah, something like that.
But you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
It was 1,100 euro, but this was like in 2010 or 11. So like way back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it means students could survive on that. No, let's put it this way.
More than survive. I took a Euro trip.
Yeah, no, but okay.
You used the school money to fund
it's a salary.
So, for example, students went to Anaxis, to Siemens, to Concentra, name it, Praxis, a lot of companies, because, of course, we had all the relations and still have all the relations there. And I think for a youngster to see the other side, especially because a lot of African youngsters, they think that the grass is greener on the other side. Now, if the grass is greener, most of the time, or there is more rain, or there is more shit. So it's look. There's one student, and that was Zimbabwean, that stayed in Belgium. All the other students so far, they all came back.
What's his name again?
Simba.
Simba, is it Simba? Yeah.
Simba. He married Belgian woman, children.
Yeah.
He made his way there, but like I said, on that moment, he didn't have much to come back for.
I remember.
But for the rest, every student came back. And you know what? Most of the time, the comments was, it was nice. We learned a lot. We've seen a lot because some of the companies take them all over Europe. I said, but we are so glad to be back in South Africa because opportunities that are here are much bigger than they are on that side.
Oh, I would just assume because you're in a different land, like you'd have better opportunities, not knowing you'd actually have better opportunities back here home.
Yes.
No, I left. I had a job there, but then I left because basically just like what he's saying.
Ask you the same question. Yeah. If you had a job and you were doing quite well, why did you come back?
Because just like he said, the opportunities were here. That's number one. Number two is I realized that I had a big opportunity to begin to build and offer solutions here. Than back then. Yeah. Because everybody and their mama is doing the same thing, right? When you're that side. And we're African, man. The food is good. The weather is good. The opportunities are immense. The opportunities that you get here are opportunities that you can't find that side. So to me, it was a no-brainer.
Let me give a very simple answer on that. If you cannot make it here, don't think you're going to make it there. Yeah. No way. So, because it's much more difficult. So the competition is much bigger. Yeah. Look, how many youngsters are doing higher education from the population? I don't know. There, almost everybody is doing higher education. So that means the competition where you're up to is much bigger anyway. So,
also the fact that technology is constantly evolving and it's changing, and most of the courses offered at the campus IT based. How are you staying ahead of the curve? Just to make sure.
That's a very good question. First of all, involvement of the industry. I'm going to give you one sample. The banking industry, South Africa, is on the top of the world. For example, the whole banking system in Switzerland is developed by South African companies. And if you talk about a banking country, then Switzerland, I think, is the banking country. Also, you're also involved in telecommunications. South Africa, for example, was much further with mobile applications than in Europe. Why? Because in Europe, everybody still had the landline. Now, landlines was a problem in South Africa. That's the reason why everybody jumped from the start on mobile. And also the mobile applications came much faster than they were available in Europe. So it means, and I'm just talking about two things.
Yeah.
Of course, we are aligned with a university in Belgium, from Leuven. And not only that, also with the University of Sydney, Penn State University, as I mentioned earlier. So we're a little bit spread all over the world. And on research, we spent quite a lot of money. It means, for example, we developed now recently, let me explain. IT campus, you can imagine computers, and there's plus minus 1,000 standing around by us at the campus. Every 3-4 years, you have to be replaced. It becomes a very expensive exercise. Yep. So we're already busy for years to see if we could make a development to make this on a simpler, faster, better, and cheaper way, where we started redeveloping the software on a Raspberry Pi. Mm-hmm. Now, on the moment, what we have is a screen, a Raspberry Pi that is as big as a packet of cigarettes, glued on the back. And
right there.
You have your screen, your mouse, and your keyboard, and that thing gives graphics and speed on the moment faster than any Mac that you can buy in the shop.
It doesn't even look like it on here, really.
Even more, the system, for example, we have students in rural areas where they have bad internet connection.
Yeah, yeah.
From the moment they have 1 megabit connection, on the moment you log on with the system, you get a 10 gigabyte line. It's amazing. But it's all development that's done by research at the campus. Now, hardware shops don't like us on the moment because that thing costs 2,000 and a little bit. On the moment, we're even the biggest Raspberry Pi importer in Africa because, it means all the schools want to go to that system. Yeah. It's much cheaper, much more effective. We did the development, by the way. It was mainly done by us, but also with help from Microsoft. So that we created that. It's unique. So
amazing stuff. Amazing stuff happening over there.
Look, man, it's again, and the fact that now we have got a satellite campus in Lusaka, which is open window. Mm-hmm. So if you really don't want to have the hassle of going to SA, you just go to Middleway.
Oh, he can just create here. Why? Or we can just have our own Belgium campus here.
Listen, it means Belgium campus is unique in this environment, and it was never meant what it became. Mm-hmm. It means it's grown out fantastically, but the capital involvement is immense. Let's put it this way, and that has grown over 25 years. But if you have to do that just overnight, it's quite heavy. But again, what it is today, you cannot compare with any faculty in information technology of any university in Africa. So it's special and it's my baby. It's simple, and of course I love it.
With the little interaction you've had with like the Zambian landscape, how would you shape a curriculum that is for us here in this country?
Now, look. First of all, IT is not different in Zimbabwe or in Ethiopia or in Europe. IT is IT. And there's only one standard, let's put it this way. But there is available a lot below standard. So the curriculum is there. And look, that's another thing. As private institute, to change your curriculum is much easier and much faster than in a public university, because then it have to go from one committee to another committee to another committee, and on the end of the line, get lost somewhere, and then we have to start all over. So it's almost changing yearly to adapt to the reality. We always say we're creating a workforce for things that are coming, not there yet. So, look, like on the moment, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, machine learning, name it, it goes so fast with such a speed. It means of course, curriculum are changing every year.
I'm in the fintech space, and there has been quite a lot of fraud which happens. And one thing that we have realized, which is now able to stay ahead of the curve, is machine learning, which essentially would be able to dictate and predict basically how people might want to gain, if at all that they will. So that's one of the things. Correct me if I'm wrong, but were you guys trying to explore the possibility of using hologram?
Yes, yes. Now that's the next thing we're busy now. It's actually look, for example, we have different campuses, and you have, of course, different lectures because you cannot be at 3 campuses at the same time. But there's always, for example, let's take now a simple subject, software engineering. There's always one of these 3 lectures which is really better than the others do. It's human. So by creating an hologram from that lecture while he's presenting, you can see him live really in 3D in the other classrooms. Still in combination with Hyperflex, that's a system that we created for the online. Online is a big word. It's simultaneously. You can follow class from wherever you are in the world. The lecture, hologram lecture in your other classroom can communicate with anybody in that classroom or on the screen, which are all form part of the classroom. It's
How insane is this?
That was so many problems, really and truly.
I honestly think that some people that are watching this may not even know what a damn hologram is.
We're in 2025.
Do you want to explain?
Go!
That is very simple. You see the man standing there. Just the only thing is he's not there. It's fictive.
What technology or what device will you use to project the beam?
No, it's a total separate device. It looks a little bit like an old telephone cell. So he's standing in that old telephone cell. That's how a little bit you compared. But you see the man physically standing there.
Yeah. How far have you gone with this project?
No, it's existing. There's nothing.
It's already in.
Yeah, it's existing. That's look. That's not the point. It is existing.
You need to come to the campus, man.
I need
Because what we're talking about.
The point is, it's still quite expensive because for one unit you pay around 30,000 euros, which
That's changed to you.
What?
That's changed to you.
Yeah, I think so. It means 30,000 euros divided by the number of classes. Then it's quite so. But it's special. And listen, I'm going always from the idea that every student has the right to get class from the expert.
Absolutely.
And if there are 3 lectures in the same subject, I would say one is really the expert.
And it also.
Hey, by the way, what makes you an expert?
Who, me?
No. What makes you an expert? Whoever.
Is, I don't know, being the best in your field?
How do you know that?
I don't know.
Now, I have a very easy explanation for
Tell
that.
me.
You become the expert if you know that much more than somebody else. Because nobody knows how much that much more is.
Valid, really. Yeah. Because there are instances where like first is at the mines and there'll be a big problem or machine, or say those things that carry the cope out is not moving because of one simple bolt. What made him the expert is just
that he knows that.
Yeah. So
one of the things as well that I forgot, and I actually asked when we were on campus, they used to print their own books.
Yes.
So if you're doing a subject on C#, for example, whatever subject you're getting into, you'd get books that were printed by the campus.
Yes, but that's not existing anymore.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned.
That's full digital now. It means
it's
the same like a library. From the Department of Higher Education, we are forced to have a physical library, but nobody goes there. Now they go to the library to sit quiet, but physical books are not used anymore. It's all digital. It means, that's the same thing. A lot of universities have objection against ChatGPT or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you don't must have an objection. Use it.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to use it. It means it's there to your advantage.
The memories of the campus that I get whenever I think back to it.
Yeah.
Man. You know, it's so funny because when I went back to it, all the memories came back.
Oh, the misbehaving and sneaking into the.
Yes, I think that was the part.
Sneaking into what?
No, wait. Let me cut that short.
Jesus.
No. Let me cut that short because you're going the wrong way. And I still can remember, but Elson was a good student.
Thank you.
No.
I need that too.
I think we sort of believe.
No, and I don't say that to pleasure him. Eh? Look, I have a lot of contact with alumni from campus, which are already thousands. And of course, you don't remember them all. But Elson I remembered very well. It means also his dad, who's a very nice person.
We'll never hear the end of this. We'll never hear the end of this.
Can I give you a small anecdote?
Yes, please.
On a certain moment, I think it was January 22, and I was doing a presentation on an open day. And a certain moment, the man, a young man comes to me and says, do you remember me? And I said, yes, I didn't, but anyway. He said, yeah, I studied. I said, yeah, no. And then I start falling. Alzheimer kicks in. And he said, no. I said, no, I studied. I said, I know. Yeah. He said, now I come to register my son. I never felt that old like on that moment. It means that the next generation already is enrolling.
And you're still there.
And I was still there. It means, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this, but I, for a year, was in the SRC in charge of the first years.
Poor guys.
What do you mean, poor guys?
I'm joking.
Yes, a whole me in the SRC.
Now, there's also a mentoring system that all the students taking care of the younger students also because, and that's a little bit a problem that we have, and that's not only by us, that's in general in higher education, the distance between coming out of high school and tertiary education becomes bigger and bigger and bigger by the years. It means if you have the privilege that you come from a private high school where you had the Cambridge curriculum, you're lucky. But in a lot of cases, you're sitting behind the reality, let's put it this way. And the distance became bigger and bigger. In his time, our most expensive students were our last year students, cost-wise. Today, our most expensive students are our first years, just to make sure that they are there at the end of the year where they're supposed to be, with extra classes, with counseling, with this, with that, name it. So now things have changed in the past 25 years, call it that way.
Indeed. I would like to jump into like recreation. Obviously, that's an important aspect of learning. And I need to relax somehow. Even like you said, it's quite a bulky course or like curriculum that you do offer. In terms of like recreation on campus, what is there?
Pool tables,
Sports.
And you essentially are not too far from shopping malls, eh? So Wonder Park is what, 5 minutes away?
Yeah, something like that. But also there are quite some student activities, like for example, I think 2 weeks ago we had Mr. and Mrs. Belgium Campus.
Oh, okay.
No, that's I can tell you it's an event. It means
you're parents now.
Huh?
You didn't have this when I was there.
Maybe the candidates were not suitable on that moment. No, serious. I know we skipped it for 7 years, but we started again and it was very successful. It means, but a lot of events that's organized by the SRC. Of course, in the time that you were there, and now, like I said, there are now 2,000 students.
Yeah.
So there is much more activity and going on. Also sports, going from netball to rugby to soccer, to name it, which was almost not there on that moment.
A quick one. Speaking of 2,000 students, how many schools and universities in total do you have?
In total, we provide for 48,000 students. Yes, we do 56 colleges in total in the group. And we...
Are you counting the money yet?
No, that's not money. It means there's a lot of... Look, first of all, let me explain you. Belgium Campus is a non-profit organization.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but we go from primary, secondary schools, artisans, trade schools, vocational schools, and then of course higher education. But we're sitting in all kind of besides medical, we cover everything.
Yeah.
So even biomed we do, but pure medical, that's again reserved for public universities. We're not allowed to do that.
And scholarships?
Scholarships,
Is there a program?
there's a huge program.
Okay.
On the moment, I think at Belgium Campus, we're sitting close 35-40% of our students are there on scholarships and bursaries.
Okay.
So that's a no-brainer, let's put it this way. And you really change the life of youngsters coming from nowhere and then getting to the old educational program, getting a job. Their children have a total different future as their mom and dad had, let's call it that way. And I think that's the right thing to do. It's not because private education, that's all about money, not at all. You also have a social engagement, and that's very important also, absolutely.
Are you thinking about going back to school?
I am. Here's the thing. I genuinely love education. Like,
Yeah.
genuinely love it. Half the time I'm thinking about like going back to school. I miss the interactions of school more than I miss the school itself sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Now you can't replace that. Generally, the relationships that I made in school, hands down, I still am in touch with half those people today.
Indeed.
Chando, Lorraine,
No.
the rest of them. It's
Lorraine, was she not a daughter from one of another minister on that moment in Zimbabwe?
no. That was Bruce Chiangwa.
Yeah,
He was
correct.
doing aviation.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we have formed I think lifelong friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what you create at universities in general anyway. It means that's the place where you create long life.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, the vision has changed here and there, but the way standing as it stands right now, do you think Belgium Campus turned out the way you wanted it to?
Look, it was not planned to this size. I'm going to be honest. But I'm, on one side, still very humble, but at the same time, very proud to what it became. It means also now within the group, one of my partners, Mr. Tattersall, is hard and is completely into it. So it's acquisitions that we make on the moment to make it bigger and better. And I also have seen, for example, the new restaurant, this, that, and it doesn't matter. It means the group doesn't mind to spend their money there to really to make things top notch in all fronts, also in academicy, to get the right capacity of lecturers and professors. Enormous efforts are done in the last years, I can tell you, to stay and to make sure that we stay ahead from what is required by the industry.
I don't know if you want to speak about this, so tell me, shut the hell up. With open window now, especially the last time that you came with it's Nigel, right?
Yes.
The
Nigel
amount-
Tattersall,
yeah,
yes.
the amount of properties that you guys have purchased for the purposes of creating student accommodation. Do you want to speak to it in terms of your acquisition in Zambia?
Yeah,
so far?
look, it's very simple. Also here in Zambia, with Open Window, we attract quite some Zimbabwean students, so you must provide accommodation for them. It's important. So close to the campus, we invested quite a large amount in property and then converting it to hostels. And also very successful, and I think it's needed because if they have to go and rent somewhere, first of all, it becomes much more expensive.
Yep.
That's one thing. And also, you don't want to make distance too wide because then there comes extra cost involved to name it. So it's important, yes.
Yeah. So I think there were like 2 flats around either open window or is it around Latitude and somewhere around the airport roundabout as well?
No. It's first of all, it's close to the Open Window University.
Yes, because the space is quite small, open window.
Yeah.
So like an extension would be really, really much needed for the students.
Yeah.
Really
No, but it's close by there that we have quite some large property that we already partly convert to hostels. And we built now recently 2 adjoining properties to make it bigger. So it's important. It means, and I think it's also special for students. The campus life, hostel life is also part of the fun.
It is. I think it's half the memory and the fun just to think of that you have essentially when you leave is the memories that you take.
For example, in South Africa, the only campus that have hostels is Pretoria. We don't have hostels at Kempton Park, so Johannesburg, and we don't have hostels in Stellenbosch. It's a different mentality of student. It means it's a different life, it's a different experience. And if I had the choice as a youngster now, I go to Pretoria and yeah, sure.
Wait, you don't have accommodation in Stellenbosch?
No, we don't. No, you can rent accommodation because Stellenbosch is a student town, but first of all, it's expensive. There is no place to find accommodation.
Yeah.
But the only place that we provide accommodation, because if you go on hostel, then it doesn't matter if you're in Pretoria or in Stellenbosch, you have to go on hostel. But it's a different student life, absolutely. Yeah.
Am I going anymore? But yes, my brain is buzzing right now because now I literally just want to go on campus and see what's happening. See what
you're always welcome.
Creating.
More than welcome.
I'll definitely do swing by. If hypothetically, if Belgium Campus wasn't IT or ITC centric, what field would you have chose otherwise to focus on?
If I didn't started a campus, is that your question?
No, if you do want to focus on IT,
yeah.
What other field would you have focused on instead?
No, look, I always had an
porn.
No, man.
No, you can't help yourself. I'm so sorry.
It's something that I have in me. I always wanted to create things. I'm born with that. So whatever it will be innovative. It means I always will create innovative ideas and work it out and try it out. Doesn't mean it always works, but I built my own car. I built my own airplane. It means.
Oh yeah, he got bored and built a plane.
So it's.
Guys, what are we doing?
What are we doing with our lives?
No, but it's. I always wanted to create things, even when I was already a small kid. If I needed a small button, I was demolishing the stereo from my dad to get that small button to make something else. And then I was,
Jan, tell me something. And this is not in the talking points, but I remember at some point you decided to retire. There was a whole farewell for you, and
4 times.
And I think you moved back to Belgium.
Yes.
You sat in Belgium for I don't know how long.
Yes.
And then you figured, nah, man, Belgium ain't for me.
Now, when I went to Belgium,
like a rapper.
Look, let me explain a small anecdote which actually doesn't belong here. But look, in 2014, my oldest son was murdered in Cape Town. And that gave us a result, finally, that for my wife, nothing was good anymore in South Africa. And then it becomes difficult. Also, the good things were not good. And then it becomes very difficult to live somewhere if nothing is good anymore. So I had already more than my retirement age. So I said, okay, let's go back to Belgium. And in Belgium, I was asked by Leuven to become CEO from a campus, a high-tech campus in Genk, which I did for a year. Anyway, I spent 1.5 years in Belgium, but I felt myself a stranger in my own country. And it didn't work out, also not with my wife. And I decided to come back to South Africa. Look, you build up your relations, your friends, your business, everything. Going back to Belgium, make no mistake, everything works at the post, the municipality,
the women are good.
Police is not corrupt, but that's the line. Don't do this or that. That's the line. So if you're entrepreneurial, you feel yourself restricted, limited.
Amazing. Okay?
I said the women are good, Jan.
Yeah, that's your experience.
Yes, different experience.
You don't have to transfer your experience to mine.
Also, you didn't see them when you were there?
Look, I'm already a little bit more older, you know.
Okay, Jan.
Okay.
Looking back at, obviously now you're relaxing in Oceanside. Looking back at the work you've put in up until now, what's like?
I'm not relaxing. It means I love to be home.
I mean, he's here.
It means, but look, tomorrow normally I had to be in Zimbabwe, but that's now cancelled. So the work pressure is still very high. But I love to be at home. That is something else. Yeah, so it's beautiful there.
Well, if I had a house like yours, again, I say this in the morning, I'll not leave. You'd
Yeah.
have to drag me.
That's a beautiful home.
Look, you are still too young to do nothing. So now you're not allowed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What's the vision for Belgium Campus? Say the next 5 years.
Well, Belgium Campus is one thing. It means between the group we have more ideas to work out. We just went to quite a huge merge with the group, and actually with the group our aim is to become the biggest private educator in Africa. So as we have now also started Zambia, we also start in Uganda. Kenya is on the paper, let's call it this way. In Zambia, Zimbabwe, we're also effective. So in the DRC, we're already busy with projects. So it's a lot of people saying that in the next decennia, it's all going to happen in Africa. And if you see the situation in the world, it's good possible that it indeed is going to happen in Africa.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Gob is telling us to wrap up. What happened, Gob? We are running out of data. Sorry, out of space. Okay. I would really love for us to do a part 2, most likely on campus.
Fine.
Yeah. So I'd like to come through.
Say it up. I wanna go.
Part 2.
I wanna go.
Say less. He's got a private jet that we're gonna fly on. So let us know when you send the plane for us.
I'll fit you by car.
Listen,
You built a plane. We're not driving there.
No, that's fine. We make a plan.
yeah. Guys, again, I promise it's going to be a part 2. This was one episode that I really have been looking forward to for quite a while, because there's quite a lot that I learned at the campus, and I figured if it's my way of giving back, this would be it, to kind of plug people in. That's one thing that I've realized that a lot of us don't do, is when you feel you've got a good thing, or you've got a plug, or you've got something which will advance you further in life, you kind of want to keep it to yourself so that other people are not on the same level as you are. But here I am, letting you know what my plug is. So the website that you might want to check out is
www.belgiumcampus.ac.za.
.ac.za, or you can email me at elson.chigerwe@belgiumcampus.co.za.
AC.za?
I think it's
No,
ac.za.
It's AC.za.
I don't even know my own email address. But yeah, you heard it. But anyway, I'll give Gob so that he puts that.
Now, any student that was at Belgium Campus is keeping their email account. So it's very simple. You have one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Also, from my side, I'd like to thank you for the invite to be here. And I always enjoy to speak to alumni years later to see what they have done, what they did with their life. And congratulations from my side to you.
Thank you.
It's clearly working. I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Why? Because I'm fat?
Not discussable.
All right, guys. Until next week. Deuces.